Welcome back to the channel, fans, and in today's series, this is part 2 because I did a video earlier with the other 3 couples and the demise of their relationship and what is at its core. So now we have to pay homage to our other couples and what is at the core of their great marriages on Married at First Sight, season 11. So this is a video in regards to Amelia and Bennett's marriage and Woody and Amani. So if you are new here, please don't forget to subscribe and like the video if you like it. Feel free to comment because I do engage with you guys, and let's hop into this video. So we're going to deal with Amelia and Bennett first, and pretty much throughout the season, because we're probably at the midway point, but of course with the C-19 and the quarantine, their actual run went 10 weeks, and that's with all of the couples. But one thing I do find with this particular couple is that they accept each other for who they are. They live life without judgment. They're kindred spirits. They complement each other. It seems as if they're cut from the same cloth. I mean, the experts hit it out the ballpark with both Bennett and Amelia. They're unique in their own way, and I think that's the great thing about this couple, and neither of the two judge each other. I mean, do they have some vast differences about them? Some, not a lot, but some. But even with the differences that the two of these exhibit, they still respect that of each other. They don't judge them because of it, and that's what I like about them. I mean, they take life as it comes, and they choose to be happy no matter what, whatever the situation is, whether it's with themselves or with each other. They talk. Their communication is on point, and as quirky and unique as they are two extremely intelligent people. I mean, if you heard Bennett give advice to, some of the other couples or even the other guys, and just the fact, we got to remember that, Amelia is a physician. That's not a hard course to study. I mean, well, she's studying to be a physician. But, I mean, they don't judge each other. This guy was in as we call it, a nightgown for bed. And she thought that was the cutest thing ever. She didn't judge him. And again, that goes on the fact of accepting who each other are. They meet them where they are. They're not judging them like, oh my God, you wear a bed skirt to bed? I mean, what's up with you? I mean, Amelia and her hats, Bennett and his hats, his tiny house, the fact that she had roommates. I mean, they even talked about each other's hygiene and things like that, how they clean the house. Are there some differences? Yes. I mean, it even came down to the fact of, we heard in this last episode with Bennett using one sheet of toilet paper, but she didn't judge him for that. I honestly think these two really have a deep organic love for each other. I mean, and of course it's going to grow even more because that's what they have. It's not something that's superficial. I don't think it's fake, And then the other thing is they like enjoying doing things with each other and for each other, and I do like that because those are some of the things that you are going to need to keep the relationship upbeat and interesting and fun and exciting. I mean, I think she did this thing, showed him how to do slacklining. I've never heard of it. It looks like tightrope, but at a lower level, not like what you would see at a circus or, one of those events. But these two, they love to sit and laugh. They love to have conversation with each other, and they flirt with each other in their own unique ways. I mean, honestly, and you can tell that it's not fake. It's not put on for the cameras. It's not a situation of, and that's just not who they are. They are comfortable in their own skin and they're comfortable with each other. I mean, I noticed that there are comments in social media about his feet, her armpits, whatever. And hey, if that doesn't work for you, fine. But for these two, they're happy with it and they're happy with each other. And that's what counts. I mean, I think the experts did a great job. I mean, they're very pleased with the progress that they've made. And they take some of the smallest things and appreciate it about life and about each other. I mean, even in the quarantine, they put on masks and put cucumbers slices on their eyes. I just think that is so cool for them. I mean, no matter how crazy his hair is, her hair is, they accept each other. They accept each other's flaws. And I mean, could they be in the honeymoon stage still? Absolutely. I mean, in this particular scene, she's actually scratching his nose. And she's okay with that. It wasn't like, oh my God, you want me to touch your nose? They're comfortable at the most, whatever the levels are that there is, they're comfortable with it, with each other. And I really admire that about this couple. They do everyday activities with each other. If they're up in the morning, conducting something with regards to their hygiene. If she's creating a surprise for him, and I thought that was so cute in the previous episode, I think it was episode 9, where she baked that cake for him that's supposed to look like him. I mean, we might not agree, but he absolutely loved it. And those type of things is what counts. And he enjoyed it. He didn't say, are you serious? This looks like me. He appreciated it no matter what Amelia does for him. I mean, so I have no issues, even with the whole thing that came out in this past episode, this past Wednesday, where, she found out about her residency. And what did he do? He said, you know what, I'm going to compromise and I'm going to split the time. They also actually declared love for each other. He told her he loved her, and she was like, I love you too. And he was like, you do? Really? I thought that was the cutest scene ever. And I know I tried to sound like him, but okay, excuse me if it didn't work. But I honestly love what's to come with this couple. I want to see how far they go in their marriage. And I really, truly think the core of what makes their marriage so great is the fact that they accept each other for who they are. They have the same type of friends. It's just that much down to a science with these two. But again, the core of that is, accepting who each other would be and who they are, the fact of their communication, the fact of their creativity, and it builds upon the intimacy and the connection that builds upon this bond that they have, which, of course, love is a commitment, and they're committed to making this work. And I really, really, I hope for the best for these two. We still got a few more episodes left, so it remains to be seen. But so far, Amelia and Bennett has knocked it out the park when it has come to their marriage. So experts, kudos to you on this couple. You matched it up to a science, from every little to big thing. And they also made it work too. They put in the work. So I wish the best for these two. So we'll see what's to come. So let's go to our next couple, Woody and Amani. Oh my God. I'm telling you, this is one of my favorite couples too. And it's only two, right? That's really doing well, but Woody and Amani really set the standard. They actually set the standard for the other couples. It's almost like they need to have their own show, right? They give the advice. They started out strong. And I know that there was a lot of fans that was hoping the shoe was going to drop with Woody because he was painted as this flamboyant player. But obviously there's more layers to him. And of course there is. And, production didn't let us know that he's a Baylor University graduate, that he's also an entrepreneur with 2 businesses and things like that. We didn't know that about him. And I'm glad to be able to share that with you guys. So that gives us a background on him. And she's also in education as well. But they started out so strong right out the box. I mean, they came here for a purpose, and that purpose was to find love and to be married. I mean, Amani could have went so far left because she came out of a relationship where she found out the guy was married. But she didn't hold that against Woody. She didn't bring that baggage into the marriage that she's now creating with Woody, which that shows maturity, and that shows that she's probably healed from that situation. And I mean, even things such as spending time together, like they went and got their feet done and got their nails done. He didn't have a problem with that at all. She didn't have a problem with that, which of course we've seen with one of our other couples who question activities like this as something that's not masculine. And I'm wondering, would that same person, Karen, say that about Woody? Because he got his feet and toes done, and Amani was just fine with it. But I will say about these two is the biggest thing in their relationship is conflict resolution. They do an awesome job at conflict resolution. There's a couple things that have come up this season, about her hair, finances, and even the thing with messages in his phone. And in each instance, it didn't turn into this big standoff, this big blow up. They found a way to do conflict resolution, which is extremely important in a relationship. Their communication is on point. They're a type of couple who enjoy living life to its fullest. They like to dance. You can tell at the wedding. You can even tell at this particular scene that they have fun with each other. I absolutely love this couple. Their chemistry is on point. Not only sexual chemistry, but just that everyday intimacy and connection that they have with each other, where they can actually talk, have a good time, play with each other. And one thing I will admire about Woody is the fact that he's agreeable and open, and so is she, because when they had the conversation about the hair, he explained what the situation was, and that a conversation is just need to be had. It's not that he was dictating what she needed to do with her hair. And then the situation that came up about, the dog. I mean, as much as Woody doesn't have it, but they're finding a way to come closer to a decision because they know about compromise. He has habits. I mean, the dude snores like he's actually, as what we would say, calling the hogs. But that doesn't bother her. And, when she put him on camera, he didn't flip out. He put up his 2 fingers saying peace and went right back to sleep, which is kind of different than what we saw last season with Brandon. They cook for each other. I mean, she cooks for him. They give each other gifts. He said that he loved her first early on, and I honestly, truly believe he was genuine about that. And she didn't feel the pressure, to tell him. At the same time, she waited till she actually felt that, and we actually heard her do that this past week. He's attentive to her needs. She's attentive to his needs. They keep their lives creative as well, especially when it comes to intimacy. The coupons, he bought her a little bit of diamonds. When she told him that she loved him, she bought him 5 gifts that's related to the 5 senses. That's what keeps the relationship spicy, because they pay attention to each other. So with this particular couple, what I see with them is great things. I mean, honestly, I see maturity with these two. They're a lot more, a little bit more sexual when it comes to their connection, but it's all theirs. It's just what's indicative to this couple. I like the fact that Woody cooks for her. Make sure he makes mimosas and give her flowers, and she gives him gifts as well to show her appreciation. And that's the thing. You want your partner to know that you're appreciated. Miles said that when it came to Karen. I want to know if she wants me. And that's definitely not a doubt with Woody and Amani. The experts also knocked this one out of the park too. When they had a conversation with them this past episode, Dr. Pepper was extremely happy and excited on the progress that they've made since the wedding day. And I just think that this one, they came in genuine. I don't care what the family thought of Woody, his friends. They're even shocked. Sometimes, people, you think people know people, but you don't know what's at the core and the heart of a person until you see it. Maybe his player ways as people thought or his friends and family thought is behind him. He's 30 years old. It's at one point, your 20s are your years to build and have a good time. He's 30, and I think she is too. And at this point, it's like, okay, I gotta get focused. And it seems as if that's the case with Woody and Amani. They actually came in looking for love, looking to be married, looking for a relationship. And the two of them are making this work. So I'm hoping for the ultimate best for these two. Again, we still got a couple more episodes coming up toward the end of the month to see what happened to all of the couples. So far, they're on the right track, guys. And you tell me what you think. How they look at each other. You can tell it's a genuineness when it comes to Woody and Amani. He is so silly, and sometimes he can go over the top, but she has that way to ground him. And I don't know if you guys are into the zodiacs, but I know they were talking about the Scorpio baby and the Scorpio dog. Woody is a Scorpio. That's why he wanted that way. And then if you don't already know, Amani had a birthday last month, September 14th, so she's a Virgo. That dynamic tends to work for each other usually because the Virgo is grounded. The Scorpio is an intense personality. So she has a way to say, you know what, I like what you're doing, but it's okay. I got you. I'm here. At the same time, he brings out that fire and creative side that's in Amani because obviously it's there. The fact that they hold hands, they're out and about, they even compliment each other when they go out. They look good together. And even Woody said that if I'm going to look good, my wife is going to look good. So he's very, very conscious of not just himself in the marriage, but also the two of them. He looks out for her. He makes sure that she's good and that she makes sure that he's good. So, honestly, we thought we had a couple hiccups with the hair situation and the DM situation, and they figured it out. And from what I understand, guys, with the DM situation, they addressed that by her explaining why she asked and that she was joking. And then he actually did show her what was in there, and they went in there and cleaned them DMs out. It wasn't that he actually had a conversation with anybody that sent messages. People send messages all the time. I get messages. I just don't respond to them. And it was that type of situation, and it was deleted. So I'm glad that's what you call conflict resolution. She didn't get mad and go into passive aggressiveness. He didn't get mad and go into passive aggressiveness. They know they had to move forward from this situation and move forward. And the fact that she listens to him when he tells her about how he feels, and she doesn't judge him either. Kind of like what I said with Bennett and Amelia. They don't judge each other. They let them be who they are, and I find that that is so refreshing. It is so refreshing when you can live life without judgment. I mean, you can have an opinion, you can even respond, but living life without judgment is so freeing. So, guys, let me know what you think about Bennett and Amelia and Woody and Amani, our two couples who seem to be doing it right on this season. Where you think they're going to go? Who is your favorite? One, Woody and Amani, Bennett and Amelia, or both? Let me know down in the comments what you think of our couples. So, honestly, from what I understand, we only have like 2 more episodes. I think it ends the last week or last Wednesday in October. So we'll see. And I think there's a reunion, a flashback look. All of that is coming up. So, like I said, I wish the best for both of these couples. And I even wish the best for the other couples as well as they, figure it out. I honestly think that there's hope for Karen and Miles. We'll see in the next couple episodes. But, I wish the best to Olivia and Brett. Brett has moved on with his life, and he now has a new woman in his life as he, does his work in IT, and he's also into fostering of dogs. So, all right. So if you again are new here, feel free to like, comment, and smash that subscribe button. I do videos on Married at First Sight, Love Island, that season just ended, the upcoming Bachelorette, which starts Tuesday, October 13th, and then the next one I'm also doing is Ready for Love on October 25th, and then The Bachelor 2021, which starts next year. So until next time, we'll see you soon.